regarding those that risk management thing, which I would like to say, key, although I keep repeating this stuff again and again in the signal channel. Okay, in morning I make sure that I repeat it at least once. And we have one pinned message there. I have discussed about this thing, and then I keep telling you guys whenever any bigger stop loss is there, then I keep telling this to you all. But here I would like to say, you have to see there are few things which you have to take care of. First thing is that key, you don't have to take all the trades. Okay, if you are comfortable with Nifty, then take that trades only. If you're comfortable with Bank Nifty, take those trades. If you're comfortable with Fin Nifty, take those trades. And if you're comfortable with all the indices, take all those trades. Then comes stock option trades. So if you're comfortable with them, then only take those trades. And if you're comfortable with everything, take all the trades. The reason like the comfortable thing that correlates with the actually the risk taking capability. If you have greater risk taking capability, okay, risk whatever risk you can take, that is quite higher, then you can go with stock option. If that is lower, then go with Nifty Bank Nifty option, because in Nifty Bank Nifty option, the prices of options, they are comparatively smaller compared to the stock options. And always the risk is not equal for all the trades. Okay, the absolute risk which you are going to take, that is always equal for all the trades, but the stop loss which I give, that can't be equal for all the trades. Okay, so what you have to decide is that based on your account size, you have to decide that what can be the maximum risk you can take. Okay, what is the maximum risk you can take per day? Okay, that will depend, that will differ based on your, like first thing key, what is your account size? Okay, suppose anybody is having huge account size, let's say he is trading with 50 lakhs or 1 CR, so obviously he can take like much higher risk in absolute numbers. Similarly, if somebody is having a smaller account size, let's say 50,000, so obviously the risk which he is going to take, that will be smaller. Okay, in absolute monetary terms. Then out of like, and that will also depend on your income also, from where you are getting your income, how much is that. Because what happens if you face losses, then your income will replenish that. If you are not in like a full-time trader, so that also has value. Okay, so you have to consider all like a lot of things which are which vary from person to person. They are dependent personally on you guys. So based on that, you have to decide one risk, one amount which should be your maximum risk for that day. It can be anything, but the important thing is that you should respect this risk. And afterwards, once you get a absolute number, let's say you decide that I will be taking only 10,000 risk per day. Like if my losses reach up to 10,000, then I will stop trading for that day. Once that is established now, then it depends on you how you use that 10,000. Okay, how you deploy that 10,000 risk, and how you take maximum rewards out of that. Okay. Now, after that, once you decide, I will be taking 4 trades, and in every trade, I'll be deploying 2.5 thousand risk. Okay, that can be done. Or you can decide, I'll be taking only 2 trades, and in every trade, I'll be taking 5,000 risk. That can also be done. Or you can decide, I'll be taking only 1 trade, and I'll be using all my risk potential in that trade. That can also be done. It depends totally on your choice. But I would suggest divide it into at least 3 or 4 trades, because obviously hit ratio is also something. And it's not possible for anyone to give like 100% accuracy. That's not humanly possible. So you have to consider that. So divide this in 3 or 4 trades. And let's say you decide that you will be taking a risk of 2.5K in per trade. Now what happens? Let's say you take 2 trades in the morning. Okay, 2 trades simultaneously are running with the risk of 2.5K. Now, if in any one of the trade you make a good amount of money, and let's say you make 1,000 profit in that. Okay. Now let's forget about this second trade. In this trade only, if you are making 1,000, now this 1,000 that will come into your this risk management part. So if this 10,000 risk which you are going to take, in it, what you can do, depending on your account size and your preference, you can either add this 1K to this like this complete 1K to your 10K, Or you can do one thing, you can not add this 1K to this 10K. Instead, what you will do, yeah, this 1K I'll be taking home as a profit, even if I lose further 10K. So in that case, what will happen? Your loss that will decrease from 10 to 9K. Maximum loss which you will taking because you are taking 1K home. And if you are going with the maximum loss scenario, then you will lose only 9K instead of 10K. So that can also be done. Or you can decide, I will be taking like I will be increasing my risk limit to 10.5 and I'll be saving only 500 from this. That can also be done. Because what happens, if you increase your risk taking potential, so your reward possibility that also increase. Because if you save 500 rupees from that trade and you add this to next trades, so that trade, in that trade, you can take risk up to 3,000. Okay, now if you take the risk up to 3,000, that means you can take higher quantity compared to what you are taking with 2.5K risk. If quantity is higher and if the trade works in your favor, so your profits will also be high. Let's say you can make out of 3K, let's say you made 5K profit. Okay, so in that case, your like profit will comparatively increase. Okay, so that is the scenario, guys. You have to manage your risk accordingly. If stop loss gets hit, then you have to exit. Okay, and if let's say back to back 2 or 3 stop losses gets hit, you can stay away from the markets. Okay, or you can decrease your position sizing exponentially. Okay, just say you were further, you were like previously you were taking 2.5K risk. Now you decrease your risk exponentially and decrease it up to let's say 1,000 or 800. Then also it will be good. So that is the kind of dynamic risk management which you have to do. That will depend on your account side. That will also depend on the day also, what kind of day we are getting. Just yesterday it was quite good trending day, we made good money. So in those kind of days when you get crystal clarity regarding the data from the beginning, you can go with higher quantity. You can increase your risk appetite and go with higher quantity because the reward will also follow through. Okay, and once you make good amount in that trade, I would suggest just in the first trade itself we made very good profits. So once you make those good profits now, always try to like decrease the risk appetite afterwards. Okay, suppose you made in the first call itself you made 10K. Now you should think, yeah, I should only take only 5 or 4K into risk. Okay, even if my SL got hits, now I'll be losing only 4 or 5K. I'll be taking home my 5 to 6K from this 10K. If that mentality is there, if you can manage your risk like this, then obviously you will be uh, profitable at the end of the day in any kind of scenario. Okay, but yeah, if in initial 2 or 3 or 4 trades go against us, and obviously you like all your loss limit gets drained up, then also it's no problem. Okay, close your laptop for the day, close your phone, and sit away in the sit away from the markets. Then also it's okay. But if you are making profits, then it's your job to protect those profits. Because what happens now, as an option buyer, we like tend to give back our profits. Okay, that is also some problematic thing. Isliye you have to look into that. Okay, so these are some small things which you have to do. Okay, it will depend on your personality, also your trading style, also whatever you are doing, because everybody has different kind of like relationship with the risk actually. Okay, and that's why also I always assume that you are going with 2 lots. Okay, instead of one, I always assume that you are going with the 2 lots. And because I would use out of 2 lots, I'll be using 1 lot to book profits as soon as possible, as we get some sizable profits. Okay, which can be like that. Let's say we enter in any trade at let's say 150 rupees. Okay, in that option. So once you reach up to 170, 175, that's good. 20-25 points are good enough to take profit in 1 lot, because that profit which we are getting, that will be used to decrease the risk from this second lot, first of all. So okay, we'll be decreasing that risk from that second lot. Secondly, we'll be using that risk for that profit which we are getting for another trade also. There we can take much higher trades. So that can be done also. Okay, so after booking 1 lot, we become risk free, because usually what happens we trail our stop loss also from the initial stop loss. I trail that. So there we become psychologically very sound. Suppose you had entered in this trade with the calculation of let's say you will be losing only 3K in these two lots. Now we have booked a profit in one lot. So obviously your risk appetite will decrease. Out of three, you'll think now I'll be losing only 1.5K. And if I decrease stop loss for that second lot also, then your 1.5K also gets decreased. So let's say 500 rupees. So now what happens? You have entered in a very good trade, and that too with very minimum risk. Okay, and that is an option bias paradise. Now it depends on the market. Okay, that's why I refrain from giving you guys targets, because what happens if I give you target na, so what will happen? You will think about that target only. You will think na, yeah. Suppose I give you guys the target. Let's say we enter at 150 rupees, and I give you guys the target. You can the first target is 200 rupees. So you will think, yeah, if market moves like if in this trade we'll be getting profit of 50, let's say it is nifty, so we'll be getting profit of 2500. So you'll think about that, and then you will increase your quantity much. So instead I don't give the target. Instead what I do, I give the stop loss, where the stop loss should be taken. And afterwards like always we have some, I have some kind of target in my mind. Yesterday, when I gave you guys that idea, in last I went with 17300 PE because I knew yeah, Nifty can go up to 17300. Similarly, 40,500, that was in the range. So I told you, yeah, Bank Nifty can go up to that level when we were trading in the signals yesterday. So these are the kind of things which I do to manage the risk as much as possible. Okay, because if you can manage your risk, then the reward will follow through. Okay, out after like this like the trending day like yesterday, they will come again and again, but the problem is we burn our capital on non-trending day, on choppy days. Okay, so you should not do that. Okay, if you go with proper risk management, if you decrease the quantity accordingly, and if you follow your rules of these basic rules of risk management, you will sail through all the choppy days, and you will make very big amount of money in the trending days. Okay, so that's it regarding the basic risk management thing for option buyers. There are a lot of more things which I'll discuss in the subsequent videos. Okay, but right now this is the something which is pretty basic and pretty effective. Okay, those simple things work much effectively in the market compared to others. Okay, so